happy Monday. It is officially the start of week 10 of marathon training. 6 miles easy as always. I don't feel like doing it, but I don't feel too bad going into it, which is nice. I'm glad I didn't run yesterday and decided to do something else so that I felt a little bit better today. I have a little bit of like knee pain, like a tiny bit. Going to make sure I take it very easy and really watch out for that. Like I promised, I'm going to warm up properly this time and be sure to cool down as well. So I really don't want that to turn into a bigger problem, especially as we start to get closer and closer to the race. I will check in with you after. Oh, look at that face. Hi. Easy, 6 miles done. It wasn't so bad. I feel so tired now, but I felt strong while doing it, so I'll take it. Good enough. Definitely gonna stretch and probably use like a muscle massager on my legs. Hi friends, it is Tuesday. I'm doing my speed workout today. The weather actually has gotten a bit better in terms of humidity and heat, which is crazy to say because it's 86 degrees. Since I am doing a speed workout that's a little bit more complicated, I just know I wouldn't be able to do it properly outside. So I'm running inside, but I promised myself tomorrow for my easy run, I'll do outside and I'll wear my new stuff and like try it out. So I have that to look forward to. But today we're doing a nice little speed workout. I don't even remember what it is. Well, that was harder than I wanted it to be. 7 miles in total. Most of it was alternating between running about a quarter of a mile and then walking for a minute. And I'm exhausted and so happy it's over. I'm almost glad that I had less of an idea of what that workout was going into it, so I just had to realize how hard it was as I was already doing it instead of dreading it all day long. Super pumped for an easy run tomorrow. I would hate to have to do this tomorrow after already building up some mileage this week. But yeah, so I'm gonna go shower. Hi friends, it's Wednesday and we're running outside today. I have my outfit on. Obviously it's not like the most amazing weather, but it's a hell of a lot better than it has been. So 6 miles easy. My favorite podcast has dropped a new episode. It's gonna be a good run. 6 miles done. That felt so good. My knees are still giving me a little bit of pain, but I think if I keep stretching them out, making sure I'm eating enough protein and resting well, hopefully that resolves. What a great run. I've missed being outside. Hi friends, happy Thursday. I don't think words can describe how much I don't want to do this run right now, but if I get this over with, tomorrow's my rest day, so I can just relax knowing I don't have to run tomorrow. Tempo run done. My hair looks amazing. That was hard, but somehow that was supposed to be 7 miles. I ended up doing 6.5 and being very happy to call it. I'm gonna shower and get excited for my rest day tomorrow. Hi friends, happy Friday. It's my rest day. Woke up feeling great. Been in a good mood all day. Got some good work done. I vacuumed. I've been kind of on top of it and it just feels so good not having a run lingering over my head today. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to get up very early because the weather is just supposed to be so hot and humid. So I'm gonna prep my stuff tonight, make sure I'm having a lot of water today, and I guess just hope for the best at this point. Good morning, friends. Saturday, it's 5:30 in the morning and I'm waiting for the sun to rise, having my breakfast, toast on marmalade, and drinking some coffee. I think I'll probably start running in like 45 minutes. It's kind of nice to have these peaceful little moments of just sitting while it's still dark out and listening to the birds and relaxing, because it's gonna be a long, tough run, I feel, with this heat. Just mentally preparing for that. So the sun is up, so it's time to move on to electrolytes and packing up my stuff. I am using the Cliff Salted Watermelon Chews, so this is 2 servings, and then 2 of the Honey Stinger gels as well. The Salt Stick is a block to bring with me. I'm having electrolytes now because I've learned to prepare in advance for this kind of humidity. I think it was pretty much 80 degrees when I got up at 5. I don't expect it to be a nice breezy, chilly run. Long run done. The mental motivation was pretty low. I really did not want to get out the door this morning, but I think I just really had to like compartmentalize like every section of that, break it down into quarters and sometimes eighths to just get through the section I was in. And yeah, I found that I actually ended up being mentally pretty okay with what I was doing. I was very excited for it to end, that's for sure. My legs felt very dead today, and my ankle and my knee on two different legs were hurting quite a bit. So lots of stretching, perhaps even some icing today, using my massage gun and really making sure I don't aggravate those any further. And depending on how they feel tomorrow, I may not even run. I definitely have hit, I think, 41 miles this week, so I'm pretty good to just sit with that. Hi friends, it's Sunday. Please ignore the mess behind me. Technically, I have a 6-mile easy recovery run today. There's just probably zero chance of me doing 6 miles. I think what I'm gonna do instead is start off actually with a push workout, get some lifting in, and then however many miles feels good without irritating my knee that was hurting yesterday during my long run is what I plan on doing. I am at 41 miles for this week, which is amazing. I'm not worried about hitting much more than that. I just want to make sure that I do what feels good for my body and that I enjoy my workout today. Hi, Geeks. Very sweetly was trying to like get my attention by digging her nails into my foot, so that really got me. I will check in with you after this workout. Hi friends, it's after my run. I did 5 miles. I actually felt pretty good, so maybe tomorrow I'll feel like a delayed onset tiredness and soreness and stuff, but I was pretty happy with that. I think I could have pushed to 6, but I did not feel like I should be pushing myself today. But I got some new socks and I'm realizing, okay, I use Balegas and here's what my old socks are looking like. And I don't think I realized how bad it is, especially with like the colors and stuff, until I just opened my new ones. And they're so vibrant and beautiful and soft. Replace your socks. Is probably why I'm getting so many blisters. So I'm really pumped to wear these this week. Friends, I cannot believe week 10 is over. It feels insane. I think there's only 8 weeks left. Really coming up, I've started to look up best practices and things to expect for the marathon. Obviously, there won't be mile marker signs, there'll be kilometers instead. Apparently, they have tea at some of their aid stations. Overall, I think this week went really well. I ran 6 days. I did, I think, 46 miles total. That's the most I've done by far for this training. My feet are aching. I've felt some little aches and pains throughout the week, but overall, I'm really happy with how this week went. I can't believe my long run went so well, especially after the week before being the worst long run ever. Bad runs happen. It just sucks when it happens on your long run because knowing like this is going to be mentally really tough and I have a really long time before I'm done is a very tough pill to swallow. This week, I think I'm just most proud of showing up for myself, checking in to make sure things feel good, and being able to push myself to run as many miles as I did this week. The hardest thing I've dealt with this week is just kind of really making sure I can push further and that my legs can actually accomplish what I'm asking them to do. Some of the pains I was feeling were a little bit nerve-wracking, but everything is good so far. I think right now in terms of how much I'm enjoying training, the mileage is just adding on and I know it's gonna keep doing that, and mentally that's sometimes a little bit overwhelming, especially with it being end of July and this time of year. But I also look back to last year when I was training for New York, and I remember when the fall marathon started in like August, September, I started to wish I was running an earlier marathon because my training was so tough then that by the time it finally got around, I was kind of like really over anticipating my race. And so knowing that I'm in this part now many other people who are training for, you know, Chicago, New York, or other races that are just later in the year, they look like they're having a great time. And I think because I'm like a month or so ahead in training, I'm exhausted, and I am really overwhelmed with how tiring this is right now. We're kind of just in two different places. So I'm sure there are other people who are at a similar point in training as me. Remind myself that it's okay and perfectly normal to be feeling like this. Next week, my long run is 18 miles. Yes, I am nervous for that. I am worried about my joints, blisters, my feet. It just feels like a lot. I think the temperatures are supposed to dip for the weekend, so fingers crossed that it stays like that and doesn't change, because it's been so miserable. Really tough running weather, and I really need some cooler temperatures to be able to stay out there for probably 3.5 hours. I got some new socks this week. Really counting on those to save my feet, because I've been taking off my socks after my long runs lately and they're just like absolutely drenched, like I just threw them in the pool. And they're moisture wicking, like my fancy, very like high quality running socks, you know. So if that says anything about how much I'm sweating during this. I'm starting to get excited about the travel side of things. I'm excited that I'm running such a cool race. I just want to run it at this point, I think. Training's going really well. I just know I have to keep grinding and doing what I'm doing and taking care of myself in the process. And it's such a balancing act of knowing when to rest and stop what I'm doing versus knowing when to push myself. So I think I'm doing a good job of managing it, but I need to keep on that, and it's mentally exhausting to do that too. But yeah, I will continue to update you guys on how training's going. Week 11 has just started. It feels like it's flying by, honestly. So I will check in with you guys next week. I also will be posting lighthearted videos and things and little updates along the way on my Instagram and on my TikTok. And I will see you next time. Bye.